Hey guys, today we're going to be reacting to Elite's cameraman analysis on the secret scene. So yeah. And if you haven't seen my reaction to it yet, go watch it. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into it.
Hello everyone.
And, by the way, I think that, next episode we're going to get, video shorts. Video short teasers, uploaded on his shorts and all that, just how he did with episode 74. I think he's gonna do that for, every Intense episode, or almost every Intense episode, or for some of them. But, so I feel like he's gonna do that again for episode 77. I could be wrong, though.
Cameraman here. Today we got another unexpected upload from Boom and received
Who knows, maybe we won't even get, a leak first, and it'll just be, a short he uploads, a scene from the episode, just how he did with episode 74.
Full version of episode 76, literally one day after part 2, and it wasn't even just a compilation, but had a bunch of change.
Yeah, there's no way he made this in 2 days. I said this in my stream. And yes, I did react to it live. Anyways, I did say that in my stream that there's no way he made this in 2 days or less than 2 days. So I think he was working on this I think he was working on this scene, this one new scene, before the episode came out. He was working on them both at the same time. So yeah, but I could be wrong. So yeah, but if he did do it in less than 2 days, then how? Even Data Bio was confused on how he did it so fast. So how did he, what?
Is alongside a secret ending that reveals something crazy I've been guessing for a while. But that wasn't even all, because Boom actually put subtitles for the Skibidi language scenes, and for the first time ever we know what they are saying when they talk in Skibidi brain rot. Even though there isn't many new things in this full episode, it's insane that Boom posted this.
Yeah, I hate it when he says brain rot when talking about the series, because I know he's not I know he's not calling the series brain rot, but I know haters do. And the only reason why he's saying brain rot is because, is because of the Skibidi virus, and once you hear the song you turn into one of them. So yeah, but it's just I just hate it when he does that, because the haters call it brain rot and all of that. So yeah.
One day after, with all the fixes,
I heard that Boom also cut out some of the lines that was in part 2. I heard that he cut out the father line, and he cut out their useless line, and stop worrying about this useless trash. So now the only voice line of the TB men we got is "Stay back," because he cut the rest of the voice lines out. It's probably because he saw people people react to it, reaction YouTubers, reactors, see this episode and be like, oh, they're being assholes, and the community probably said it as well. They probably had a problem with it as well. And Boom heard this and cut those out. So, yeah, so I'm assuming he heard those and then cut it out so they didn't seem so mean and assholes and all of that. Or maybe he just did it on his own, I don't know. Yeah.
Changes and the new secret scenes. Before I start talking, you should like this video and subscribe, because why not? Anyways, here we go. From what I can see, there weren't any changes to part 1, and if there were, I didn't notice it.
All I noticed was some different sound effects, that's it, because I'm pretty sure, with that, glitch toilet, Astro, before he ran over that army toilet, there was no, speeding sound effect before. At least I don't think there was. And it was there now, so yeah, the only thing I noticed is him add some, new sound effects.
Part 2 had its fair share
to part 1.
Changes, mainly the changes were done for the scenes with Astro Duchess, and earlier today, Boom said this on Discord. What lack of sleep can do to AMF.
Yeah, I saw this.
I heard all of your complaints with certain stuff in 76 Part 2, and will be...
Yeah, people complained about that scene with the white stuff coming out of the POV. If you know, you know. And I guess people also complained about what the TB men were saying. So, yeah.
Adding changes in full episode, which will come out today. There will be one additional scene in the end. Also on Ibio's stream, he mentioned that Part 2 is not canon anymore, and whatever happened on the...
Yeah, I also saw this. So, yeah, he said Part 2 isn't canon and that the full episode is. But, like, literally nothing changed in the story of this episode. Like, there was only, like, 2 small changes, and one of those was her face expression changing and the white stuff not coming out of him. But that didn't change the story. So, yeah. But now we know that that scene with the white stuff isn't canon.
full episode.
But 76, like, the entirety of 76 is still canon.
Is the real version, even though nothing about the story changed. The first difference we notice is the face of Astro Duchess. It looks like...
Okay, so I'm not the only one who noticed it. So yeah, to be honest, I don't really like how she looks now. I like her old model, her old design. Like, I like the old face and all that. Like, I think this one, like, doesn't look like her. Like, this looks like a completely different person. Like, he changed it a lot, and I don't like the way it looks. But hey, man, like, maybe I'll get used to it eventually. Like, when we see her more. But still.
The wetness of her face has been removed by a lot, and her face looks a little more smooth with one side of her hair changed.
I wonder why he did that, though. Who knows, maybe he thought, like, since he simps for her, maybe he thought that she would look more cute like that and beautiful. I don't know.
Well, here is a close-up side by side so that you can see the difference. Boom actually changed.
Yeah, before she looked like a doll or something like that, and all creepy and all that, and now she just looks like that.
A lot on her face. First of all, the tattoo on her chin is completely gone, and the mark on her forehead changed completely as well. This time, it's a shape that seems like a snow crystal. Her face looks a lot more bright, too, but that might be because the hair on the left side is slicked back now, and we can actually see the dotted tattoo on her cheeks. It seems like an X that's written with dots, but there is no way to know what it means. One thing that hasn't changed is the stitches on her jawline, and I think what we see later in the video shows why they are there. I think even though Boom made a very slight change and also allowed us to know what was being said, it made a huge difference on our understanding of the Astro Duchess character, but I'll talk about this later in the video. Also, even though the expression itself seems the same.
Yeah, and I will say, these stitches right here, I would say these ones look more realistic. Like, I will give this one, I will give the new look something. Like, these stitches do look more realistic. These ones, I mean, yeah, they also look realistic too, but they look like these stitches look like tiny stitches, and these ones look like big stitches.
She looks like she has more of a default look. It seems a lot more emotionless now. The hair change may have caused this since we can see more of her face, but it is interesting. The first main change comes with the scene where the POV starts getting his limbs removed, and as you guys on the Part 2 video, Bro actually busted on Astro Duchess. Bro was just like me for real, but Boom told us it genuinely was a mistake, so he changed it, and now we see blood coming out instead, and we...
Yeah, and that's why he had to say Part 2 isn't canon, because of that scene.
Don't even see it going to her face. But there is another addition on this scene. Here on the Part 2 video, we did hear Astro Duchess say Skibidi, but had no idea what it meant, but this time Boom actually put it into the subtitles. When she said this, we can see that she meant, "There's nothing you can do." And right at this moment, a toilet came up to attack her, and we can even see what that Skibidi toilet said. Right when he was...
So Boom's actually adding, subtitles for what they're saying in the Skibidi language now, for the first time. Just how he did just how he gave us subtitles for Titan TV in one of the teasers for episode 74 in that one short. But when the episode came out, the subtitles weren't there. Like, you had to use the YouTube subtitles.
Out to attack, he says, "Come here, wench." And here is when a new change happens. Unlike the original episode, she goes ballistic. She literally becomes crazy. If you watch this part side by side...
Yeah, like in the normal version, her face expression barely changes. Like, she just looks emotionless and then just shoots him with her lasers from her eyes and tentacles. But in this, look at that. Like, her eyes get all big and all of that, and then she and I didn't notice this, but she was even shooting a laser from her mouth. So, yeah. So does that mean she's a robot? I don't know. But it would make sense if she was.
You can literally see her eyes go from normal to madman mode. She is so freaking creepy. And that's not even all.
Yeah, and you can hear her screaming now.
Because now she can literally shoot a laser out of her mouth, and if you look closely to it, it's getting distorted a little bit. It's entirely possible that the stitches were caused by this, and this might not even be half of her full power, because this alone is not enough to destroy her jawline. Why does she look like that, bruh? She is actually mentally insane. We also see some subtitles here that say, "Stop torturing me," but we don't even know if the Skibidi toilet says this or if it's...
I think it was the toilet that was literally getting his head melted off. Like, it had to have been. But if it was, you can't really hear him saying that.
The Astro Duchess.
Probably because of all the sound effects.
I don't think the Skibidi is alive enough to say it here, but I don't hear the Astro Duchess saying it either, so I can't really comment on this. The main lore dump comes right after this scene, though. As you guys might remember, we saw the UFO toilet talking to Astro Duchess about something, but we had no idea what it was, thanks to Boom. Now we actually know. When the UFO toilet comes in, he says, "Someone is tampering in our communication. Squad that was chasing a Titan is missing. You sure you want to participate?" Which Astro Duchess responds with, "I'm not missing out." And UFO says, "Proceed with the plan," right before he zooms out. This is a very interesting dialogue, to be honest. And there is two parts we need to focus on. First, he said, "Someone is tampering in our communication. I think this might be the secret agent or whatever the chair is." We have seen that they were playing an effective role in this episode, so it's possible that they are trying to help the Alliance. We literally saw the chair killing Astros to help the cameraman, but at the end they still died. I do wonder what's going to happen when they stop doing low-key stuff but actually reveal themselves to play an active role. The next thing is the fact of Titan Cameraman still being alive. We don't know where he is or what he is planning, but it looks like Titan Cameraman stocks just went up 100-fold, and just like we theorized, he'll most likely be saved. We now also know that Astro Duchess will be playing a part in trying to kill...
Well, that dialogue was interesting, but I don't think that confirms he's alive. Like, I think they're most likely talking about Titan TV, it literally could be anyone, so, yeah.
Titan Cameraman. And this pretty much confirms Astro Duchess is going to be one of the important Astro characters. So it kinda does make sense that Boom changed her in a way that people would like more after people made their criticisms. I think this confirms that...
I didn't hear anybody complaining about the way she looked at all. So, who was complaining about the way she looked? Who knows, maybe people were complaining in his server and he saw it. I don't know. But if they were, I didn't see anything about it. So, yeah. But if people didn't like the way she looked, then it makes sense why he changed it.
We might see the Titan Cameraman rescue operation soon, but we still don't know when it'd be nice to see it in episode 77. But I feel like if that was the case, Boom would have teased it a little more at the end of episode 76, even in the original version. But while watching the original episode, we had no idea this conversation was happening. Now let's talk about the secret ending that was shown. It starts right after the POV cameraman dies, and we go to a POV inside the cameraman HQ, where they are watching the POV. The new POV cameraman looks at the squad watching, and we can see Camera Woman is there as well. And what's surprising is that she is wearing her casual clothes, and it's actually...
I like her new design, even though it's just her wearing different clothes. and with a new plunger.
The same ones as Kathy, the human female we saw in episode 73, also talking about episode 73. When did this thumbnail change? I just noticed it, and now it has a badass thumbnail.
Yeah, it would be goofy if the cameraman actually did make expressions like this in the series, but they don't. But yeah, but I don't know if he changed this thumbnail recently, or if it's been changed. Who knows? Like, it's probably been changed for months. I mean, like, for, like, a long time now, and we're only just now noticing it. Or maybe it was changed recently. I don't know. Well, no, I think I remember seeing this image on, like, X or Twitter, or whatever you want to call it, like, a month or two ago. Like, around the time episode 73 came out. So, yeah. So, who knows, like, maybe the thumbnail has been like this the whole time.
Where we see the camera woman in the middle. Anyways, going back to the topic, it seems like the theory about Kathy and camera woman being the same person is true, at least from what we can gather. It's still a possibility that it's not the case and there might be a different explanation, but we can only go off of...
I mean, it is weird that they're able to, like, the only evidence that's pointing towards them being human once is them being able to eat and drink stuff and smoke. As we can see with the commander, like, that's the only evidence pointing towards it. And, yeah, like, I will give you that, but I still don't think they used to be people. But I could be wrong.
What we see. What happens right after is crazy, though. We see the TV man from earlier in the episode teleport in with one of the astro bodies, and it looks like after episode 74, teleportation has been
Oh yeah, the blood is also evidence that they have, like, they at least, like, if they weren't human once, they at least have human parts inside of them. Because we literally seen them bleed blood, and I've seen people say it's like red oil or something like that, but that's blood. Like, come on now. So yeah, but if they were never humans and they were just made like this, then they definitely have human body parts inside of them. Like, come on now.
Actually nerfed. I think back in the day, it definitely was instant, just like how we saw TV woman teleport simp cameraman in episode 49. But now we know that this guy teleported minutes ago, even though he just arrived here. In episode 74, we saw TV...
Yeah, like, he teleported at the beginning of the, like, part 2. And, well, didn't, like, reach to his location until after part 2. So, yeah.
Daddy face.
I mean, who knows? Like, maybe he, like, teleported to the TV base for some reason, and to, like, get something or something like that, and then teleported to the camera base. But if not, and it takes that long for them to teleport, to teleport sometimes, I mean, who knows? Like, maybe it depends on how far away the location is. Like, maybe that's one of the limits they have with the teleporting ability. Like, it depends on how far it is. If so, then, well, it can take them longer to get to their destination. So, yeah.
Through stuff to teleport.
And the reason why TV Woman was able to get Simp back to the cameraman base so fast is because it was probably somewhere nearby, or it wasn't that far away. So, yeah.
Which would explain why they didn't save the cameraman as well. As soon as he arrives, he says, "Analyze this thoroughly in reverse," which makes camera woman throw a monitor at him that gets followed by the large cameraman throwing a whole ass cabinet. And that's not even the craziest thing. The crazy part is the fact that this blood didn't even flinch. Bro just brushed it off as nothing and said, "You will regret it," in reverse. Which was followed by camera woman taking the new black plunger while shaking. That ended the episode. Does this mean that TV man and cameraman have a feud now? I think things are about to get spicy inside the Alliance. I've been saying that TV man...
I do think the camera and TV race could, like, start beefing for a little while. But I don't think they'll, like, fight each other or go against each other. I mean, who knows, they might stop working with each other, but I don't think that will lead to them being enemies. Hopefully not.
Become distant from the Alliance for a while, but I didn't expect this to be the reason. What do you think? Was Camera Woman mad about the TV man at the end, or was it a general anger towards the Astros and to get revenge? I might talk about...
I mean, if she wasn't angry at him, that's what it looked like. But if she wasn't angry at him and was just taking her anger out on him, then, well, that's a little mean. So, yeah. But I think she was mad at him because, like, they literally left their people stranded in an area where they could, like, get blown up and die at it, any minute, any second. And that's exactly what happened. And if they took them with them, then they most likely wouldn't have died. At least not anytime soon. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, bye.